Good afternoon to all the viewers of this program who watch this program in the English language with us. Let me share the link, as usual, in our Telegram page for those who want to watch it live so that they can watch it, and I can also follow it with my phone. And that way, in case if there's any kind of problems, I can solve that problem for you as well. All right. Got the link as well. Let me turn that on. Perfect. Okay. All right. This week we have a lot to cover for the current events that happened this week. So allow me to start with sharing of the program for you so you can see it. And I will break it down for you as fast as I possibly can. I had a little bit of a problem with Zoom in the Persian language. I had to make a two-part program for today because Zoom likes to freeze on us, apparently, these days. Okay? It's just something Zoom does. They're owned by China. All right, you all have it on your computer screens and on your tablets and phones. We'll start with this one. This is from Fox Gutfeld program. Gutfeld, as you know, is a comedy news program where they tell you the news, but in a comedic way, so that psychologically, what you hear, because it was told in a comedic way, you can put it in the back of your mind, store it, but not pay attention to it, kind of forget about it, so that when it happens to you a few years later, you don't remember that they already warned you about this. And when you find yourself in that predicament, it becomes worse and worse for you. So what is he talking about? Urban cities with lower median household incomes in the Northeast and West, Midwest would likely experience depopulation over time. The West and Southern regions, meaning that West and Southern regions will be relatively okay compared to the Northern regions. Northern regions, you're going to have a depopulation. Now, you might be asking, how is that going to be possible? Illegal migrants will be killing you. Drugs and vaccines, the food that you may be eating, wars that might be going on, riots that might be taking place, vandalization of your businesses and stuff like that is going to depopulate you. Many different ways, but they're going to get rid of you. You're going to be leaving that area. In the next picture, from the same program, almost half of nearly 30,000 cities will experience a population decline. Would said 12 to 23% of the population will bring unprecedented challenges. What are these challenges? You're going to run out of places to go shopping for your food because businesses are going to say, we're ransacked, we've got to take off, we're going to leave. When businesses leave, people follow those businesses because you need to buy clothes, you need to eat, you need to have food, and you need jobs. These places create jobs. When they go, there's no job. When they go, there's no food. When they go, there's no more clothing. Hence, you follow where they go. You will leave that town, which means when you leave that town, you could have been working in New York as the subway operator. But now that train that goes underground, the subway, the metro system, doesn't have an operator, which means the metro is going to get shut down. The bus driver is going to leave. The taxi driver is going to leave. The guy who did the Uber is going to leave. The teachers will start to leave. And you're going to have a problem. The city can't operate no more. Everyone's leaving. 23% of all these cities are going to have a decline. That's a big decline. In the next picture, he talks about thousands of United States cities are predestined to become predicted to become ghost towns by 2100. New study. Why are they going to be ghost towns? Because no one's going to live in them. They're all gone. Where do these people go? Agenda 2030. Make new maps. The old existing maps have to be wiped out. They want to force you into smaller areas, like Russian buildings without windows. You will be boxed in these buildings, in units, where you will be away from the rest of civilization, where you don't see your neighbors no more. That is why Biden is pushing so much on energy-powered scooters, energy-powered cars, energy-powered this and that. Take away the gas stoves. Do all these things because it is a form of control. It's a form of taking your rights away. It's a form of confining you to a small area where you no longer live your life the way you do today. A lot of you might say, well, that's 2,100. We'll be dead by now. That's right. You might die. But what about your kids? What about your grandkids? Should they die like you so they don't have to worry about what happens in 2100? Or are you worried about their situation? Because this will be their life. The America you know today, the England you know today, the France that you know today, the Germany that you know today, the country that you currently live in today will not look like what it looks like today. It'll look far, far worse, with thousands and thousands of cities that are ghost towns. But you know, they tell you in a comedic way. They make faces like this. They make it like a pastime for you, so you don't remember it. Forget it. We told you, but forget it. It's a psychological way of playing with you. Later on, they'll tell you, we told you. You didn't do anything about it. You wanted it this way. That's what they will tell you later on. Then we meet this guy, E.J. Montini, Arizona Republic, in the Arizona Central News. What does he say? Lake says Democrats want illegal voters. Lake, who has failed at every attempt to prove election fraud in court, he failed. They don't believe him. Continues to play an embattled victim, recently telling the audience, this is why they had to stop me. My plans to shut down the human smuggling and their open border policies would thwart their agenda to register illegal voters. We've heard that from the mouth of Democrats too, where they're banking on the idea that these people that come across the border will vote for them because they're taking care of them. In Europe, let's see what happens in Europe. You know, when you talk to the Muslims, especially if you go to their mosques, you know, the guy that said, the clergyman, the mullah, the imams, the ones that sit on the member, you know, the little stepping stool. They'll tell you, oh, yes, the whole world knows that the Jew is the bad guy. The Jew from Israel, he's the bad guy. Yeah. We all know the Jew is the bad guy. In fact, the United Nations and all the lawmakers are supporting Palestine. They all want peace. But they don't tell you. What they only tell you is half. Well, I brought for you the full version. European lawmakers on Thursday adopted a resolution calling for a permanent ceasefire in Israel's war against Hamas. Up to here, all the mullahs will tell you, all the Muslims will tell each other and tell you. But then instead of a comma here, they put a period, like as if it's over, it's finished, nothing to see. But don't worry, Dr. Mossavat has found the rest for you. Highlighted here in yellow. On the condition. We will also redline it for you so you don't miss the words. On the condition, there's conditions. The ceasefire comes with conditions, folks. That the Palestinian militant groups, okay, be dismantled and all hostages that hold be released. Who are the militant groups? We got Hamas. We got Islamic Jihad. We got the PLO party. And we got tons more. They all have to be dismantled. There should be no more militant group. We have militant group right now. The militant groups have to go. Once they're gone, then the European lawmakers say, we will call for a permanent ceasefire. Meaning until that time, Israel has all rights to defend itself. Israel has all rights to attack terrorists and dismantle terrorists. Let me drink some water. I've been talking for a while now. And then we come back to United States. Let's see what's going on in United States. Well, all of you know, there was a whole entire Republican nominee for president elections of 2024, and it happened in Iowa. And you might be thinking, well, this Dr. Mossavat, he always brings us stuff from Fox. He's always bringing the Republican side. Well, I decided this time I'll bring you from the Democrat with the capital R's. Let's see what NBC News says about it, okay? Iowa presidential caucus, and there's the link, by the way. Caucus election results 2024. Donald Trump wins. NBC News projects. You don't need to project. It already happened. Yeah, there's no more project. Projected winner. Oh, they're burning so much. Their anus is burning. And we, on this channel, like it or not, we will tell you the truth. The proper word has to be used at the proper time. This is the proper time. Their anus is burning. Therefore, they have to put in front, projected. You don't need to put that. Just put winner. You got this result after he won. There's no more projected. Projected would be before. Projected would be a week before, 2 weeks before, a month before, 2 months before. When it happens, it's no longer projected. It's now winner. You're not projected winner. Winner. Donald Trump wins the Iowa caucus. And then they start to show you. You see when it says plus 20, that means he did 20 better than what they thought he would do, okay? Which means it's a landslide. It's a record breaking. And they talked about how it snowed and it's cold and the ground is frozen and people can't come out of their homes and they can't drive in the street because of the snow and the cold and the ice and blah, 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 blah. They talked and talked and talked. And they said, Donald Trump needs to win with a landslide because if he doesn't, it will be an embarrassment because he's got all his people. And they tried to play mind tricks on the people who vote for MAGA. As if MAGA is some weird thing. MAGA is make America great again. You don't want America to be great? You must not be a real American if you don't want America to be great. Or else what's your issue with MAGA? You don't like people that wave the American flag? You must not be an American citizen then, if you have a problem with the American flag. You don't like people cheering on, having lower taxes, lower price for gas, lower price for food, higher wages. You must be a communist. So Donald Trump, record breaker, wins with a landslide. Probably even higher according to the terminology of Fox and NBC and CBS and all the rest of them clowns that sit there and say, oh, people didn't come out. People didn't come out because it was cold. If it was warmer, probably this would have been like 70%. Ron DeSantimonious got his 21.2%. Even he did better than what they thought he would do. I mean, it shows that people were not sitting at home. They were coming out. And Nikki Haley. Nemorada Haley went and got, Nemorada's sex tape is out there too, by the way. As so much of I'm a family wife. I have a husband and children and blah, 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 blah. And she likes to take pictures with everybody. And her daughter is, by the way, a Democrat. I mean, she's running as a Republican. But her daughter, her own flesh and blood, is a Democrat. You figure. I guess all that Republican money making her, governor of New Hampshire and this and whatever else garbage she wants to talk about. Didn't really help her. Governor Nunu of New Hampshire didn't really help her. All this money coming in, all these Republicans who were one time behind her. I mean, she fed her daughter with Republican money, and now she's a Democrat. And her own sex tape is out. Real wholesome, good wife. Indian Namorada Haley. I mean, nothing she says could be taken from her. 99 counties in Iowa. Donald Trump wins 98. One county supports Namorada Haley, and all the Democrats came out to the caucus. They're about to vote, but first they need to fill out a form to say we are no longer Democrats, now we are Republican because we are supporting Namorada Haley, because Namorada Haley goes along with all the democratic ideas that we want. Open borders, higher price for everything you consume, make illegal aliens citizens, provide free health care for illegal aliens, start World War III. Yeah. Which one of the Democrats is against that? Have all new genders show up out of the blue, fall out of the sky. I mean, don't worry about science. Who cares about what science says? I mean, who knows what a woman is? What is a man? What is a boy? What is a girl? What is a cat? And what is a dog? Nobody knows. It's 2024. Forget about science. Science, we don't agree with science. We agree with cheating on our husbands and having our sex tapes flourish around the world. That's Nikki Haley. Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm going to shock the world. We have all the new people voting. I got all of them. All of them. We're going to shock this. We're going to win this. We're going to take it all. I'm the one. You want to free Donald Trump? You vote for me, okay? I got fresh legs, Mr. Fresh Legs. Fresh legs. He's got the frog legs, the fresh legs. He doesn't have a tortoise legs. He's got fresh legs, man. He's the America First guy. I mean, the guy is a Hindu. He doesn't believe in anything you do. His culture is Hindu. His wife has to come and beg him to marry her, and he has to give her a lollipop ring. And then later on, he'll replace that with a ruby ring, like this. You see the ruby, the ruby, the ruby. Not diamonds, like your culture has. Ruby ring. Why? Because in India, the ruby man, the ruby, come on. He wants to bring you the Indian culture. Tomorrow, all of you have to wear shoes that have curved up, with the toe being curved up. All of you have to put on some kind of a turban. Pull some of those shirts that come down to your knees. You know, tomorrow America will turn into India. Come on. Everybody has to eat some curry. Because, I mean, we gotta become, you know, you have to have 39 million gods. Because he has 39 million gods. And he's your, you know, president. With all the huff and the puff and the muff and the chuff, he ended up getting 7.7%. Right? Others, forget about them. I mean, forget about them. And then we go to Nikki Haley. Nimrata Haley has some stuff for you guys. But before we go to Nimrata Haley, let's come out of that share screen so I can bring you Nimrata Haley, ladies and gentlemen. Nimrata Haley. Okay? Let's see what Nimrata Haley says after the Iowa elections is over. The caucus is over. Let's see what Nimrata Haley has in store for you. Okay? I'm waiting until it shows up on my phone. Then I know it's on your phone. And we're going to look at Nimrata Haley. Perfect. You guys all have it. Let's hear Nimrata Haley, okay?
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Let's repeat it for you English speakers one more time.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
And the retards, the Democratic retards that are sitting there who voted for her, you all heard it, right? I can safely say Iowa made the Republican Party a two-person race, okay? A two-person race. Yeah, she's stuck on the number 2, okay? Let's go back and look at it. Because I know some people, they forget, you know, people have short attention spans these days. I mean, look at it. Today, we live in a society where people like their meals, their lunch and dinners to be thrown at them. If you don't believe me, it's called the drive-through. You go into a restaurant now, you go in the drive-through, you order your food, and they just throw it into your car, and you take it and you go. Because, I mean, you can't sit down to eat anymore, man. It takes too much time. So, you know, we're in a short-paced society. People forget things. Okay. So let's look at this. Number 1, the winner, Donald Trump, with 51.1% of the vote. Number 1, right? Everyone count with me. Put out one finger, count, okay? Don't put the finger away. Keep it out there. That's number 1. Who's number 2? Ron DeSantis, with 21.2% of the votes. Put out your second finger. That's number 2. You're looking at it right now, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Where's Nikki Haley? Nikki Haley is sitting at number 3 with 19% of the votes. That's including all the Democrats that came to vote for her. But she told us, Iowa, tonight, I can tell you clearly that I safely say that Iowa made this a two-person race. I guess Nimrata Haley needs to go back to grade 1 so they can teach her how to count to 3. I mean, she's stuck on number 2. 1, 2, 2. Nimrata, can you count to 4? Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay, Nimrata, try again. This time count to 5. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. She's stuck on 2. And that's the one you want as the next president of the United States. She's stuck on number 2. I can safely say I made this a two-person race. That means you're out, dumbass. Nimorada for you guys. And then Vivek. Oh, Vivek's anus is burning. It's not because of the hot food in the curry, you know, not because of hot peppers. No. He thought he can leech on Donald Trump and then take all of Donald Trump's votes and then come out and say, I am the guy. The guy's book is still out there where he's cursing Donald Trump. His book is still out there. He never recalled his books. He's making money off the book where he's throwing all kind of crap at Donald Trump. Well, let's see what he does. This is the day after the Iowa voting, the caucusing. Now he's in New Hampshire. Let's see what he does in New Hampshire.
There's not a better choice.
Let's stop the sharing of that one so I can bring you the video of him jumping up and down. Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at what he does. I'm gonna wait for you guys to have it so we can dissect what he does for Trump. He's supposedly going to side with Trump, and he's going to put his votes and work and hard work and everything behind Trump. All right, you all have it. Let's start.
There is not a better choice left in this race than this man right here. And that is why I am asking you to do the right thing as New Hampshire and to vote for Donald J. Trump as your next president, because we're not working with a lot of time here.
Right. This man, you know, everywhere you go in the United States, any president from the past, when they're in front of you, when you're talking to them, you address them as president, right? If the guy is a secretary of the state, you address him as secretary, right? If he's a vice president, you address him as a vice president. If the person is anything, you know, if they were a mayor, you address him as mayor. If they were a governor, you address him as governor. Don't they say Governor Nikki Haley? Don't they say Secretary of the United Nations Nikki Haley? Don't they say Governor Ron DeSantimonious? Wasn't Joe Biden, when he was running for presidency, they used to call him Mr. Vice President, Mr. Vice President, huh? Don't they say President Bush and President Obama and President this and President that? Now, this guy supposedly is backing Trump, but he can't bring it out to even call him by his name. He has to say, this man. As if Vivek is a hotel owner in the United States and Donald Trump just happens to be like the janitor that works in the hotel. Ask this man over here. Ask this man. Hey. And look at him. I mean, Vivek is a brown guy. But look how red his face is. You can tell he's burning out of jealousy. You know, he's saying what he's saying. There is a reason why he's saying what he's saying. But when you look at him, you can tell he's not happy. You can tell he's upset. And you can tell a lot from Donald Trump. When Donald Trump is happy, he smiles. He does this little side-to-side thing of his. But when you're looking at him here, he's looking, you know, he's got all of his attention on this guy. And he's looking at him sideways, you know, with the eyes sideways. He's looking at him sideways. That tells a lot about what Donald Trump thinks of this guy. And what this guy thinks of President Donald Trump. Continue.
If our kids are in high school before we get this right, we don't have a country left.
If our kids are in high school, if they go to university, if they graduate, if we don't fix anything, we got nothing left. It's all over. It's done. It's finished. It's gone. It's finished. I tell you, it's finished. Who is he talking about? Himself. And he has a child. You send them to a good school, costs a lot of money, hundreds of thousands. Then he gets to university, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands. He needs this money. The money. I need that money, man. Well, I need to get this thing going. You need to start getting me elected. I need to be in there. I need to do something. I need the money. Why is he pulling his clothing apart and so red in the face? Because when you become a president and you finish your 4 years, if you don't run ever again, because of that 4 years, when you stay in a house, your taxes are paid for. Your food is provided to you by the cooks of the White House. I mean, they cook for all the presidents. You think they only cook for the one sitting in the White House? No, they cook for all of them. This has to be sent priority. They cook and they ship like a week's load of food. Boom, 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 boom. If you eat too fast and you run out, they send you more. Your clothing, you have to buy your proper clothing that they design so that, you can withstand some attacks and whatnot. You want to go somewhere, there's a car in front of you, car behind you. You get 24-hour for the rest of your life until you die. You get security. There's someone all 24/7 beside you. You go somewhere, there's security there. You want to take a flight, it's a special flight. You get paid. The payment doesn't stop, man. It's like you're retired. Payment keeps coming. The pensions for $600,000 a year keep coming. You make the money while you're in office. You're a corrupt one. You can finance everything, make it look good for you. You can play the stocks because of your insider information. You do this, you do that. You make money off of this deal and that deal. You set up your family well, like the big guy does. And then you come out, you got all the money, you got the big houses. You go in there poor, you come out owning mansions like Obama and George Bush and the rest. You make good money, you make a life. Then your children, they ride after they finish their university and they can't find a job. They ride your coattails, your name, your brand. Everyone's got a brand like the big guy. The big guy got the brand too. 10% for the big guy. You forgot? You don't know who the big guy is. His last name starts with a B. Okay? Some call him Grandpa Joe. Google him and you find the guy. Okay? The big guy and the rest. Come on now. Your son just sails into politics if he wants. He'll make a name. Your daughter can sail into politics like Dick Cheney's daughter did. Huh? Maybe they become president or governor like the Bush family. President Bush, Governor Bush. I mean, they're all sitting there at the top. Vivek is talking about that. I need to do this. I mean, my kid, if my kid. Left, right, and center. Throughout all of his running for election, he did the same. Look how Donald Trump is looking at him. Fool, are you sure you're talking the right stuff? Let's see what else he says. Continue.
That's what it means. We've been celebrating our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways that we are the same.
Vivek, potato, if they were not celebrating the diversity, you wouldn't be able to stand right now in United States, proclaim to be a Hindu with 39 million gods, eating your Indian curry, okay, marrying in an Indian fashion where your wife submits to you and proposes to you instead of you propose to her, and runs after you so you can give her a lollipop ring. If we are all the same, you should be a Christian like the rest of the country, as you like to call it, country. You stretch the Y, country. Like someone squeezing your testicles every time you will say the word. Huh? You talk like there is no more air in your lung when you talk. It's all been sucked out. Huh? We know your con artist ways. I mean, some Americans might be fools. You know, you paid a lot of black influencers on YouTube to come and promote your stuff. You know, they're still promoting. I mean, you're no longer running and they're still promoting. Hey, why do people don't like the guy? What did he do wrong? What happened? I mean, open your eyes. Look how he talks. Look how he says. Look at his actions compared to his words. You'll find out. But most of the Americans don't fall for that kind of garbage. Donald Trump didn't fall for it either. Let's see. Continue, Vivek.
As Americans, bound by that common set of ideals that set this country into motion, we believe those ideals still exist. This man is going to be your next president to revive them.
This man is going to be your next president. He believes in the ideals we believe in. No, dumbass. This man already was president. He will become president. And the reason why he will become president is because everybody understands the good work he did and the great work he is going to do. And everyone is behind him because everyone is united in making United States great again. Because when United States becomes great, everybody's life becomes great. Not just in the United States, but around the world. Continue.
E pluribus unum, from many, one.
In the Middle East and outside of the Middle East, when the Islamic clergymen want to force what they're saying on the public who's listening to them in mosques and whatnot, they often say a few words in Arabic, banking on the fact that most Muslims, like about 80%, don't speak Arabic, do not understand Arabic, have no clue what you just said to them. And then they will translate what they said into the language they're speaking, and they will make it look like they know more. Psychologically, it'll play a trick on the one who's listening. And the one who's listening will say, oh my God, this person knew that language. I didn't know that language. They can translate. They can tell us the meaning. They must know a lot. I should submit to what they are saying to me because they know stuff. They just proved I don't know. The Catholic Church likes to do the same. They'll read their Bible in Catholic. And then people will just sit there and look at the guy, the priest, and they're, oh my God, the father knows so much, man. He can read another language. Well, most people nowadays no longer believe in the Catholic Church. It's just, it's become motions that you go through. They read their Bible in their own language, and they get a lot more out of it than when they sit there and listen to it in a different language and don't understand what the heck is going on. It's just respect traditionally wise. Just go there and sit there and let them do it. And then you read it in your own language. It's become a tradition in the Catholic. This guy is working like the mullah shysters you find in Iran and Pakistan and Afghanistan, Indonesia, Malaysia. I mean, after all, his tradition is Indian tradition. It's somewhat similar with those countries that I mentioned. And of course, same thing happens in India too. He's using the same scam artist style used in Asia to fool Americans. Say something in Roman. From many come one. No, one came and many followed, is the case for Donald Trump.
And you know how we're doing it? We're doing it by speaking the truth at every step of the way. There are two genders in this country.
He's going to tell you the truth. Vivek Ramaswamy is going to start speaking the truth. He's going to be a right man now. He won't be a con artist no more. He's a right man now. Now he's going to talk some shit and cover it with some other good words. And then the rest of the time, everybody Tim Scott has to come clean his shit. Donald Trump has to come clean the shit. Everybody has to clean the shit because Vivek Ramaswamy had diarrhea of the mouth.
Period.
There's two genders. Period. I mean, Donald Trump hasn't spoken about any of this. Why he has to bring this up? Because he knows that the Democrats, they've had a lot of injustice during the Biden era. Now they all want to come towards Trump. He has to push them all towards Namorada Haley. Let's bring up the gender thing. So all the transgenders and the LGBTQ and everybody else now get up in arms and pick up their pitchforks and want to come and kill Trump. And they will all go to Nikki Haley because Nikki Haley is okay with all the different genders. I mean, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, who cares? Gender plus, just add the new genders in. Then Namorada Haley don't care. So this guy has to bring that up so they can all go the other way. I mean, Donald Trump hasn't talked about it yet. And now he's going to change to some Donald Trump policies. Watch.
That is the truth. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear energy. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children.
Now he's saying some of the slogans of Trump. Look at the face of Trump. It's changed. Trump does his little side to side. When he talks the same stuff, Trump talks, Trump's whole demeanor changes. Continue.
Nuclear family is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism lifts us up from poverty. There are three branches of...
There's three branches, not four. He's talking about globalist, shadow government, this and that. Look at the change in Donald Trump's face all of a sudden.
Government in the United States, not four. And the U.S. Constitution is the strongest and greatest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We fight for the truth. We stand up for the truth. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars. And
so the Civil War in the United States was over freeing slavery, putting it to an end. There's no more slavery. Abolish it. All slaves must be free. The whole Civil War was about that. Republicans won. They dismantled the idea of you having a slave. This idiot says it was over truth. It was because of truth. What truth? World War I and World War II. It was because of the truth. It was the same truth. The same truth as the Civil War. American Revolution was because they wanted to become free from being under the Kingdom of England. They didn't want to be taxed up to here by the King of England. What are you talking about? What truth are you talking about that all of these had together? World War I and World War II. World War II was because of the Jews. Europe wanted to get rid of all of them. They financed the countries that were helping them because without being financed, the country can't stay in war for long. And they said, now you can repay us by giving us back our God-given land that was invaded by the Arabs. that was killing us, committing genocide on us, forced us to run out of our lands to come to Europe. And now you don't want us here. We don't want to be here either. We just want to go back to Israel and live our own lives and be left alone. What does that have to do with the freedom of slavery? What does that have to do with high-paying taxes to the British Kingdom? You know, what the heck are you talking? What did you smoke before you came and spoke all this, Vivek? I thought you were going to be an honest man, tell the truth, be righteous. I know some black folks on social media who are getting paid by you. They're dumb and blind and they can't see, but the rest of us can see and we can hear. And we will dismantle everything you say. Continue.
The Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody...
What dream are you reviving? You didn't tell us the dream. The Cold War and this. Cold War was between communism and the West. It's communism versus life in the West. Communism wants everyone in the West to hate the West so they can become communist slaves. What does that have to do with anything that you were saying before? And where's your dream? You didn't tell us the dream. You want us to unify behind the dream, but where's the dream? Continue.
In the world. Not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. That is what we are going to revive to, yes, make America great again. Vote for this man right here in the New Hampshire primary.
Not a nation, not a virus, not a China, nobody is going to be able to defeat us. Vote for this man. I mean, the man has a name. You could at least say, vote for Donald Trump. No. This man. Like as if Donald Trump is his slave. Vote for this man. Go to this man. Go to him. He'll fix your problems. Okay? Kiss the ring. Go to this man. This man over here is got. Okay, don't forget, kiss my ring. Go to this man over here. Okay, this man. Acts like a clown. Now let's see what else he does.
God bless you and your families, and may God bless our United States of America. Thank you, New Hampshire.
God bless you and your family, and God bless the American. Which God are you talking about, Vivek? Is it your cockroach God? Is it your rat God? Was it the cow God? Is it the demon gods that you have? Which one of the gods are you asking for a blessing? Because you're playing it like as if you're like a good Christian boy, asking the God, the one God, the triune God, the one that shows himself in three ways, the Holy Father. It sounds like you're trying to be like mimicking the Christian like a chameleon to pretend that you're a good Christian boy. But we know you're not Christian, you're a Jew. You're not Jew, you're Hindu. You know, when he went to the Jewish meeting, he acted like a Jew. Yes, Israel has to be Israel is number one. We need to support Israel with everything. If Israel needs weapons, we're going to give them everything. If they need democracy, we will be out there, doing the work. We'll do the United Nations. If they need support with the soldiers, I'm a good little Jewish boy. And then when he comes out, no. We will support them with communications and talks. What? Now he's standing beside Donald Trump. The Christians support Donald Trump. God bless America. God bless you. God bless your family. Which God you talking about? You got 39 million. Can you identify which one of your 39 million Hindu gods are you asking for this blessing from? Can you please let us know? It's important. We need to know which statue you are asking for this blessing from. Please let us know. Be truthful. You said you're going to be the truth. You're going to speak the truth. You're going to stand with the truth. It's the truth that all these wars were fought for. The truth. Please be truthful. Continue.
It's good to see you guys. We're coming back and winning this in a landslide. We will not stop until we get this job done. Thank you all. God bless you and your families.
No, Vivek. It's not we. It's Donald Trump who will win this. There's no we. When Donald Trump becomes president, it's not Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy, your new presidents. It's only one president. There is no we in one. Okay? Continue. Normally, when someone speaks on behalf of somebody else and is acknowledging them, is making them great, is edifying them, normally when they're done, they'll shake hands with that person. You know, that's how it's done around the world. Unless that person is a king or a really high religious figure that pretends to be like a king, that way you can't touch their hand because, you know, then you... So in that case, you normally you bow down to them. But other than that, you shake their hands, right? When he was going to shake hands with Donald Trump, stick out the hand, high five, here, ha, here, ha, here, ha, here, ha, here, ha, ha. Donald Trump doesn't know. This guy wants a high five. This guy wants to shake a hand. What has he done? So he goes to hug the guy. When he's gonna hug, he doesn't even hug him like a normal person. Touch the shoulders. What the heck is that? And then he puts his head beside him, like as if he's going to whisper. But you can tell he's not whispering nothing. And then you got the clowns that are at the bottom. They don't dissect like I dissect for you and explain it properly. All they're yelling is, weak, 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 weak. I mean, the guy's name is Vivek. They can't even say his name right. Weak, 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 weak. I mean, some of the Americans truly deserve the name stupid American. Because, I mean, it looks like instead of brains, some Americans have bird poop in their head. They heard all this, nothing registered. Weak, 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 weak. Let me tell you who those people are. They're all Democrats. They all came there. They all sat there like as if they're Republicans. And they're just waiting for him to say his garbage so they can say, Vic, so that later on, CNN and MSNBC and others can pick that up, show these parts, cut and edit them, put them together, and say, Vivek was attacking genders. So LGBTO can stand up, and then they'll show these guys yelling, Vic, and say, yes, they're all racist, they're all sexist, they're all this, they're all that, and now they have a new lie, and then they'll add Trump's name to the end of it. These are the people that support Trump. They're all fascist. They're all against this. They're all against that. They're all terrorists. They're all homegrown terrorists. After all, those news agencies, they need something. Vivek is the one to give it. Now, Donald Trump has to do all the shit cleaning, you know, scrub the ground. Let's see what Donald Trump has to do here.
Thank you. Wow, how was that? Pretty good, right? That was pretty good. And he's a fantastic guy. And he's really, he's got something that's very special because he started off with a Zippo and he's got He ended up very strong. He did a great job. I was actually surprised when he called because he was doing well. And it's an honor to have his endorsement. He's going to be working with us, and he'll be working with us for a long time. Thank you.
Wow, that was something. That was special. Wow. I mean, he was doing very well. I mean, he got 7%. He stole that from me. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have him stick around for a while because, you know, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Instead of him trying to trip us along the way, it's better to just have him here so he can at least say the garbage he says, and then we'll shit clean afterwards. But I mean, what can he say? Back to where we were. Let's continue with what else we got for you. Vivek Ramaswamy's, Namorala Haley's, and the Bidens, and the George Bushes, and the rest. They do what they do from this side, and then their henchman, Islamic Republic of Iran, continues doing it on the other side. They put up billboards like this, waste the Iranian people's money, tax them up to their head. And then they put out billboards like this with Khomeini's picture. We went from Vivek the Indian to Khomeini the Indian, one Indian to another. America can't do a damn thing. And then they take family members of some of their IRGC, Sepah, Basij, Hezbollah of Iran, and they bring them and they sit them down there underneath the billboard with others on the side. And then the fake news medias in the West, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, the Fox, the Newsmaxes, and the ABCs, and the PBSs, and all the rest will put that up on their TV, and they will say, the people of Iran, they support the Islamic government, which is a terrorist organization. All of them are terrorists. And look, they all live in a desert. There is a desert there, folks. Arabs are Iranians, Iranians are Arabs, except for the really financed-wise Arabs who are like in the Emirates. Don't call them Arabs. I mean, they're sophisticated. But the Iranians who are not really Arabs will be portrayed for you as Arabs living in the middle of a desert because they went way out of the way of everybody else, put this in the middle of a desert just so that the Iranian people don't burn it. And therefore, somehow this has become a desert. Iranian is a desert. And then we go to the World Economic Forum. Okay? Let's see what World Economic Forum has for you. All right. By the way, if you have not followed this gentleman who put this video together, you guys need to go find him and follow him. I mean, this guy is all over the Instagram, and he's got a good YouTube channel of his own. And, you know, everybody works from this guy. Even Officer Brandon Tatum takes from him. Everybody takes from him. You can find him on my Instagram. He's there. I have his link there for you guys. You know, the guy is there. He does good work. And look at the clip he has for you guys so that you guys can always go back to his channel and get everything from him. But let's look at what we got for you today from the World Economic. Okay, I'm waiting for it to come up for you so that you can see it live and we can cover it. Awesome. You have it on your on your telephones, you have it on your tablets, everywhere. So let's continue. This woman that you see, who has her hands over her face like this, they told us this is a shaman from the Amazon jungles, okay? I can tell you that the people that live in the Amazon jungles, they're butt naked. They don't wear clothes. I've never seen them in any video, in any picture with so much clothing. This is a shaman from Canada, from one of the native Indians of Canada. The shamans have problems with other shamans. Every tribe has their own shamans. The shamans are coming from the religion of Buddhism. Buddhism then split into two parts. You had the Buddhist monks, and then you had the Buddhist shamans, and the Buddhist shamans mixed with other religions from the past in Mongolia. And then through the Mongolians, it got spread through the rest of the world. And all these native groups, they all have some ancestries leading back to Mongolia. And they all have their own shamans, and their own shamans have problems with other shamans. And most of these shamans, they are worshiping the dead, the spirits of the dead. They talk to the spirits of the dead and the spirits of the living, but those spirits of the living are not inside of a human being, which then means they're talking about demon worship. So let's see what the demon worshiper at World Economic Forum has for you guys, okay? Let's see what she does. This is the start of the ceremony. She's going to bless them with the demons. Let's see. Okay? You all saw? You all saw? I mean, weren't these the same people that were telling you, oh, you got to wear masks? You have to wear mask. They're still telling you to wear the mask. Aren't these the same people? Aren't they the same people that tell you, we have a new disease? Everyone's getting the new disease. I mean, the head of the World Health Organization from United Nations, the guy that dressed up as a transvestite, was completely drunk, dancing in a disco during the COVID. And then he would wear a mask the next day and pretend like everyone's got COVID and he's going to die. And now he's come out and he said, disease X. X is a placeholder for the new virus that we are going to find that everyone has. You already have it. You already have it. We just don't know what it is. But when we find out the name, we'll slap the name like a sticker on it, and we'll tell you that's what you have, okay? But you already have it. For now, we're going to call it disease X, okay? You got disease X. Start getting scared now. Get petrified. And then later on, we'll come up with a virus for it. And, we'll get that virus will go inside of some kind of a vaccine. And we won't do any tests on it. You'll be the test. You'll be the guinea pig. Come on, come on, come on. We got to put it in you. You got to get rid of this disease X business. Come on. We need to make some money. The pharmaceutical companies need that money. Come on. All these guys were the same people, the masked people. Now they have someone come and spit in their face. And they put their head out like this, waiting for the person to come and spit in their face, right? I talk to the demons. Let me spit in your head. That's the World Economic Forum. All the heads of the states and the countries come there. The big shot CEOs and whatnot of different companies come there so she can spit in your face. For those of you who are not on our Telegram page, go to my link tree underneath this video. Click on it. Follow me on all the different social media places. Go to my Telegram. I have different videos of what they were doing over there and how the people infiltrated it and told them all to F off and whatnot. And by the way, if you go to my Instagram, you can find that other gentleman and you can follow him and you can get a lot of good stuff out of there too. Let's continue. After demon worship, what does Klaus Schwab say? We're running late in time. I got to continue this quite fast so we can go. Klaus Schwab, the guy who's the head of charge of the World Economic Forum, he says he's angry, ladies and gentlemen. And YouTube, Susan, watch Kiki, look, it says fact checked, okay? Double check for fact check. Don't come afterwards and say, this is not fact check. It is fact check. You can see it with your blind eyes, Susan Wojcicki. And if you can't see it, go F yourself. Klaus Schwab admits political revolution against the Great Reset is destroying his agenda. Political revolution is people like me who have a channel like this, who will talk the truth, who will say the right words. There's people like Donald J. Trump. It's like great wielders, the Donald Trump of Netherlands, the Donald Trump of Argentina. And Mehdi Mir Qaderi was another channel in Persia. That guy that I just showed you that has his own programs, and many others who stand up, tell the truth. Yes, we are the ones that are destroying their political, their Great Reset. What is a Great Reset? Great Reset, another name you've heard it by. Climate change, climate accord, Green New Deal, Agenda 2030, Agenda 2023, Agenda 2050, Agenda 2100, Agenda this and Agenda that, and many, 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 many more. It's designed to take your rights, depopulate the earth. They want electrical scooters in New York. How are you going to use your electrical scooter in the wintertime in New York? They want electrical cars. And then the snow and the cold will come and you can't charge your car. Well, then you can't go anywhere. They want to box you in. But people like us, we talk, we open your minds. When your minds are open, you can share this information, and it's destroying his plans. He's very upset. Look at him. He's very upset. He wanted to control all human beings, and the human beings don't want him to control all human beings. He's very upset. And the clergymen of Iran. I told you guys before, the Arabs, their ancestors are Amalek. Amalek were the giants that lived in the stone areas around the deserts, such as mountains and caves. They were staunch enemies of the Jews. And the people that lived in the desert slowly married off with them, had kids with them, lived with them, and slowly, their gigantic heights reduced down to normal human heights of today. But some of their features that were similar and closely related to monkeys, they were not monkeys. Don't get my words twisted. They were not monkeys. But their features resembled closer to the monkeys, gorillas, chimpanzees, and so on than it did compared to our type of human. But they've mixed, and now they've become shorter, but they still have those features that when you look at it, and if you put a monkey beside it, it looks alike. These people are now sitting in positions of power in Islamic countries. We're going to look at the ones that live in Islamic Republic of Iran. We're going to look at some of them, and you're going to see. Look at these faces. I mean, this looks exactly like a monkey. Just put more fur on. Instead of just the beard and the mustache, put some more fur on the face, and it will look exactly like a monkey. Same with this one. Same with that one. Same with these ones. Same with those ones. Look at the teeth. I mean, the teeth, the way it comes down, it's not like normal human teeth. Coming down, the other's forced in, the other one's popping to the side. Looks like more teeth of animals than it does human beings. Look at their lips. I mean, everyone, their bottom lip is bigger than their top lip. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, Chinese, whatever you are. But these guys, their lip pops forward like Pinocchio's nose. You see that on him? You see that on the point over here on his lip? The point is popping forward. You see even when they try to close their mouth, the lip just pops forward. Look at their feet. Their feet is shorter than their hands. like some monkeys. These are features that are still lingering on with them from their Amalek ancestors. Those are what we have. That is the problem. The Amalek were not smart like the rest of the humans were. They were a little slow compared to our types. You know, we've had different types of humans throughout history. Neanderthals and many others. They've all mixed with us as time's gone by. These are the Amalek. These are the descendants of the Amalek. That's why we have the problems we have today. Amaleks always used to terrorize the Jews and others around. Others around, the Persians, the Egyptians. And they used to always be in wars with people. And people used to kill these giants. Giant tribes were all over the planet. This is one group of them, called the Amalek. And this is why we still have a problem with them till today. If you like our program, please subscribe, okay? Go ahead on your phone with your finger, click on the subscribe, share our programs, like our programs, spread our programs, tell people that you are going to be seeing our programs that they should also subscribe. It helps so that the bots in YouTube can advertise our channel to others so more people can see it, so more people can take advantage of it. And more people can see what we see and share what we do and open more people's eyes to our program. I'm going to also ask you to click on our link tree, and through our link tree, follow us on other sites so that we can help together and get the word out to as many people as possible, so that in case if they ever close down my YouTube channel, you can still find me in other places and still be able to find our new programs wherever we are and be able to follow it. The name of the gentleman who I showed the clip with the shaman, it's important that we share his name for you as well. His name is Dream Rare on Instagram, okay? Dream Rare. Go ahead and follow him as well. As we took this program from him, I want him to also get some recognition for what we used and shared to you. Follow Dream Rare as well on Instagram. You can find them. He's there. And until tomorrow, when we do our Islamic program back on Musa al-Kazim, I leave all of you in the hands of Jesus. Till tomorrow, all of you take care. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.